All right, Dallas-Fort Worth Regional this weekend. Lots to get to, so let's get to it. Good morning again, Daniel Valdez again. Thank you for joining me. All the subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Everybody sending messages, thank you so much. Big regional, sneaky good regional. Don't sleep on this. Let's get to it. Live blog going down this weekend at the DFW Regional. Live.txbands.com. Come find us. We will be in the stands, holding it down. Hopefully better weather than we had in the Austin Regional. I don't want any rain. I'm already doing that anti-rain dance. My hips are tired. Let's go. Dallas-Fort Worth Regional, presented by Yamaha Corporation of America. October 6, 2018, Pennington Field in Bedford, Texas. If you are a part of a marching band in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I can guarantee that you've had at least one performance in this stadium. It seems like every weekend there's some sort of contest going on here. So there are a lot of programs that are going to be very familiar with where to go and how the stadium looks and whatnot. Be prepared for a very loud regional. There's not much sideline room between the sidelines and the stands. So if you're sensitive to that sort of thing, I would suggest sitting a little bit further back than you would normally sit. So let's do this. 30 bands competing in the Bands of America Dallas-Fort Worth Regional. One of them's walking out of here with the title. We'll go over the schedule, go over some talking points real quick. Start time, 7:30 a.m., a little bit sooner than the Austin Regional was last weekend. So get your coffee ready. I don't drink coffee very often, but when I do, I drink it by the gallon. And you don't want to see me on that stuff. I have too much energy as it is. Let's take a look here. 8:30 a.m., Timber Creek. Bands of America Midland Regional Champion a couple of weeks ago. Can't wait to see how they've progressed with their show. Keller Central at 9 a.m. Finalist last year at the DFW, or what was called the South Lake Regional. After the break, LD Bell at 9:45. Capel going on at 10:30. Waxahachie, which was a finalist, both Capel, Bell, and Waxahachie, finalists last year at the South Lake Regional. Capel going on at 10:30. Waxahachie 10:45, and then 11 a.m. The defending, reigning UIL 6A state champions, Flower Mound High School. They're just as good as they were 2 years ago. So this is going to be a great season for them. They're doing their thing, and you know how they do it. Duncanville coming at us at 11:30 a.m. New design staff, fresh new look. Love those uniforms. Expect some things from them. Can't wait to see it. Then you got lunch. Then go into the third block. Check it out. Prosper High School, 1:45 p.m. Union High School from Oklahoma, 2 p.m. I love my out-of-state programs. Give them some love. Break after 2:15. Then Wakeland going on at 3 p.m. 5A state finalist last year. DFW regional finalist last year as well. Keller High School, 3:30 p.m. You may want to be in your seats for that one. Look at the last two bands going on. Cedar Park, 4:15. And then Holy Blank Mellows, Hebron, 4:30. Reigning DFW champions. If you thought Hebron was good last year, you're probably going to need a seatbelt for when they go on at 4:30. Exhibition band, University of Texas at Arlington. No football team, but a serious band. Love seeing them perform. They've been doing exhibitions at this regional for a number of years. So I'll be glad to see them. All right, talking points. Where do I start? Okay, well, first of all, gotta give Prosper a lot of love this year. They remind me, another nostalgia trip. I'll explain it. Prosper is attempting to do something very difficult. They're attempting to compete at the state marching contest as a 6A group. They were 5A last year, made finals. Attempting to get to state marching contest. And then a couple of days later, they're the only Texas band to go to Grand Nationals this year. Remember when the list came out for Nationals and there weren't any Texas bands on there? And people didn't know what to do with themselves. People just stared at the list with their eyes unfocused. And then Prosper steps up. And they said, we'll do it. We will carry the flag. And they're going to attempt to plant it in the middle of Lucas Oil Stadium in a couple of weeks. In about a month, I should say. All the love for them. I'm not going to tell you whether to like their show or not. That would be ignorant of me. That would be like me telling you who to vote for. But you got to give up the love. You got to give up the respect for this program. My senior year, we were able to get into state marching contest, and we were able to get into Grand National Finals. Let me tell you something from experience. There's a lot of pressure because you're dealing with two different judging systems. There are very few programs that can do both judging systems consistently well. And Prosper has that opportunity this year. It ain't easy. A lot of pressure. You have to be objectively good. And that comes from the students performing the show, comes from the design staff, the instructional staff. Everybody's got to be on the same page. Because if you're not, it's not going to work. I appreciate them taking their time with their show. They have literally a longer schedule than pretty much every single marching band in the state of Texas. And probably the most difficult. And by the way, that road through state marching contest has to go through Area B. And Area B is by far the most difficult area in the state. There are going to be programs that will not make Area B finals that could have been in any other area in the state and they would have made state contest easily. Area B is tough. It is tough, tough, tough. And that's their road this year. It's difficult, but it is not impossible. I look forward to seeing them, and you've got a fan in me. Check it out, Union, Grand National finalist last year. Here's the thing. Local contests, I've got a great respect, I've got a great admiration for them. But here's where things can get a little bit confusing. A lot of local programs, or local contests, I should say, use hybrid systems. Some of them will use a mixture of, they'll take the BOA system and they'll kind of jazz it up a little bit or jazz it down a little bit, however you want to look at it. Some of them will have percussion, caption awards, and auxiliary caption awards, or color guard. Some people still call it auxiliary, but you'll have those things, and then they're not part of the total score, and they're not scored. And there's all sorts of hybrid systems that local contests use. So I take those results with a little bit of a slight grain of salt. It's not the end-all, be-all. But you can, whatever momentum you have from that show, you can carry over through the rest of the season. And if you didn't do as well at those local contests or whatever, then use that as motivation to get better. It's not the end-all, be-all. So keep that in mind when watching this show, when watching these shows. Union's good. So we'll see how they stack up here in the state of Texas. I don't think Union's been back to this regional in what, 15 years, 10 years, something like that. So let's check that out. Timber Creek's going to be awesome again. Looking around here. Wakeland, expect good things from them. I love that program. They always put such entertaining shows on the field. It's fantastic. Cedar Park, they're going to be fine. People are hitting panic buttons left and right and everything. No, they're good. They're going to be fine. They know how to perform in finals, and they'll get there. Like I said, sneaky good regional. There's a lot of programs here. You look at programs like, you look at Capel and Keller Central. You look at Oldie Bell, and you keep looking down the list. Like, man, there's some really good programs here. Yeah, there are going to be some really good programs that are going to probably not make finals this weekend. So how do you combat that when you've got 14 or 15 potential finalists that have a legitimate shot at finals? How do you combat that? Performance. You've got to knock your show out. It doesn't matter whether you're performing in the early morning, in the afternoon, or in the late afternoon with the sun's out. Is the sun hitting your eyes? Are the clouds? Is it possible rain? You got to block all that stuff out as a performer. Performance is key, especially at these contests where a lot of people have their hands in the honey pot or the cookie jar or whatever. I don't know. I sound like an old man. I don't care. So this is going to be a good regional. Get your performance in. Knock it out. We'll see if we can get to finals. I went to Area B finals last year, and this is a good stadium for a finals contest. The atmosphere is good. The stadium is not too big, so there's still that level of intimacy between, you know, what's going on in the field and the spectators. Like I said, there's not much sideline room there, so if you're sensitive to that sort of thing, just, you know, sit a little bit further back, you know, take care of yourself. Parking is free at this event. Just be careful. Don't drive off the curb like I did getting to when I was at this stadium last year. I know. Would you expect anything less from me? Probably not. I think I'm done here. Great stuff going on. Looking forward to some awesome performances. We will see you there, live.txbands.com. Come find us in the stands. Come say hello. We love meeting people. Did it in Austin. We're here to do it at DFW. Can't wait to see you there. I haven't been back to DFW since I left earlier this year, so it's going to be nice to kind of see the area again and maybe run into a couple of old friends that I miss a little bit. So we'll see you there. DFW Regional, see you there. Live.txbands.com. Come find us. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the support. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.